Hey everybody, TrinfiniteX here with some Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. This game is honestly an old favorite of mine. I love this game. The original Metroid Prime was really solid, and personally I feel the sequel was just as good. So I have played this game to death, is basically what this amounts to. I have done several sequence breaks in this game. I've 100%ed it multiple times. I've had tons of fun with it. And at the request of one of my viewers, I'm playing through it again. Just for fun. Typical Metroid fashion, it starts out, just like all of Samus's adventures, just a simple job. It's never that way with Samus. And for some reason, Samus's ship is, really vulnerable to a little bit of lightning. I mean, it's interdimensional lightning, but it's still just a lightning strike. And apparently that's enough to shut down Samus's ship. Always thought that was a little weird. Nice jump to start things off. The game starts by teaching you how to shoot, how to aim, how to jump. Then there's these weird doors. Can't seem to open them. So where do we go? Well, obviously, there's only one other way to go. They force you down this path. This is a GameCube game after all, so it's a little bit linear. So it seems we've found our way. Already we seem to have found our way to what remains of some sort of Galactic Federation base. And our first map station. Alright. I've heard a lot of love and hate for this map system. I don't find any problems with it. Like, it's just a three-dimensional map. I think it's easy to use, actually. You can hold down the A button to charge shots. Classic stuff. Sadly, it doesn't look like the Galactic Federation troopers made it. Or I doubt this would be going on. There's lots of scans in this game through which the game tells its lore and has some interesting descriptions to help you piece together things. Naturally, the scans are not at all required, but the game encourages you to scan things. You do need to scan certain things to even proceed in the game. Hold up. Speaking of which...
Recording to logbook.
Yeah, here we go. So, I've always been a fan of this style of storytelling, where they tell it optionally through like the logbook scans. I think that's brilliant, honestly. Because it's not forced on you. You don't have to get the scans.
Recording to logbook.
But if you want them, they're usually not too hard to get. And they provide a lot of depth. Like, they really tell you what sort of things have been going on. And then zombies. I could just run right past these guys if I wanted to. It would not be difficult at all. What's the fun in that? We do have Boost Ball, at least for now. So if you scan these guys, they will quickly reveal that they are actually not zombies, but that there's some sort of parasite infesting the corpses. We already have missiles, so we can just get rid of these guys real fast if we want to. No problem. Breaking crates and things is pretty much the same as breaking pots in Zelda. You just gotta do it. So far these GF troopers have not had a good time. And now... plot thickens. Once again, we are forced into a linear path. This is a GameCube era game, so no choice. I apologize for any lag. I have no control over Twitch, unfortunately. Again, just in case it didn't get through the first time, sorry about any lag during that cutscene. It is Twitch. Like, it's not OBS. It's not dropping any frames or anything. So, somehow those creatures managed to steal a bunch of equipment. Like, in a very short amount of time. But thankfully it's not as bad as Metroid Prime 1, where just somehow like a blast of energy managed to downgrade our suit. Like, and take away even our morph ball ability. We still have some of our basic abilities intact, like the morph ball. Interestingly enough, there is a way to skip the item loss in this game if you're really good and you can sequence break it. I do know how to do the glitch, but this is just a casual run. I haven't actually played this game in a long time, so... we're just gonna have some fun with it. So there's a lot of scans in this game. If you want to go for 100% logbook. The game will try to be helpful and tell you where everything is. So it's pretty easy. That's right, there is a save station back there, and I completely forgot about it. So I'll go ahead and grab it. That is, I guess that is kind of important to grab. It's behind the crates. I forgot about this one. Okay, so let's recap. Samus has been on this planet for a few minutes. She's already got her ship struck by lightning, and that's enough to take it down, because of course it is.
Recording to logbook.
I mean, an explosion was enough to damage her suit to the point where it lost a bunch of systems. And she then found the Galactic Federation troopers she was tasked with finding. They're apparently already dead and gone, and left a bunch of their toys behind for us to play with.
Recording to logbook. Recording to logbook.
And not only were they dead, but they were zombies.
Recording to logbook.
Naturally, there are hostile creatures. And then we ran into a dark version of us, who will join us in Super Smash Bros. Later. We followed that person through an interdimensional rift and got all of our items stolen by some really nasty looking aliens who somehow managed to steal all of our equipment, like, really fast. Like, honestly. They barely touched us, and yet they got a lot of stuff. Like, we had boost ball, we had missiles, so much. Now there is a portal on the other side of this, but we can't get through here just yet. And now we have reached what appears to be a massive structure. There's all kinds of things to scan. There's a door here we can't open, at least not yet. It seems to require a missile. May damage it. So missiles will damage it and open it. It's a basic power-up that we have lost access to. Now, there's a really fun sequence break in this room. That allows us to get power bombs early. If we're really good at this game. I'm not actually going to go for that. But if you would like to go for it, I think... Does it have to be... I'm trying to remember, when do we go for it? Is it after double jump? Oh, whoa, what's up with the sky? Whoa. My TV had a little hiccup there. Couldn't see for a second. Yeah, I think it's actually after we get double jump we have to come back here. Yeah, it's after double jump. It has to be. Just can't get up there. So after you get double jump, there's a way you can do a sequence break to get power bombs really early, which seriously opens up the game. I don't think I'll be performing any sequence breaks that are that complicated. But we'll see. Yeah, it's either that or... Either that or you have to skip item loss in order to get the power bombs early. Anyway, let's try sending a distress call. Well, that didn't work. But I mean, we tried. As you can see, these guys are not difficult to dodge. All we gotta do is just walk around them. Like, there's so much there's so many interesting things in this game, like with the scan data. Like, Retro added a lot of stuff. Like, from the turrets to the different enemies and, like, life forms on the planet. Like, they really went all out with the details. So here's another one of those gates that activated to block our way before, so we can't go through here. We can't go backtracking through here very easily. Now here's a fun little sequence break, and I am gonna try this one. So there's a thing called a ghetto jump, and it's been a long time since I've done one. But it basically involves jumping against a slope to gain more height. Again, it's been years, so it's probably gonna take a bit for me to get it. But it is possible to actually get up on top of this area early, which is actually a huge boon because we can get an extra missile power up and potentially get 101% on our clear file. If I can remember how to do this, and I'm getting close, but not to mention we can do some fun stuff. If I can get it. It is a little tricky though. Just gonna go ahead and warn you, this might take just a minute. Getting this slope just right is a little bit hard. But I'm so close, I can almost taste it. Come on, game. What is it, L and R together maybe? No, it's just a specific way you have to jump against this slope. You have to do it. Oh, I was so close. Like that angle looks very close. Here we go. There we go. Just like that. It's a little tricky to do. But there's a cutscene trigger right through there. Right through that path that you're supposed to walk through. But if you want to, you can just skip it. And if you do, some interesting things happen. For example, there's supposed to be a door blocking this this area right here. It's not here. Here's the Galactic Federation ship. And if we want to, we can actually head to Sanctuary Fortress now. We won't be able to do anything there. Like, there's no point in going there at all. But we could go there. I am gonna activate the cutscene. But I just want it noted that we could at least visit Sanctuary early if we wanted to. So not all of the Galactic Federation troopers have log entries for us. But a lot of them do. What mischief can I get into before I have to trigger that cutscene? I'm gonna mess around a little bit. So there's supposed to be an orb cannon here. It's not even loaded in. Let's see. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna do it. So there's an extremely powerful Luminoth turret around the corner that will totally wreck us if we're not careful. The Luminoth turret does a lot of damage. So, yeah, it's no joke. Thankfully, yeah, see, that's actually quite a bit. But a couple charge shots around the corner, and we can take it out. But it's not over yet. If we want to visit Sanctuary early, there's another one. Yeah, don't stand and fight Luminoth turrets. At least not until you have a lot more energy than this. We only have one E-tank. Now that's something I never understood. Why does Samus get rid of all her E-tanks between missions? It seems counterproductive. Again, I am only going to visit Sanctuary Fortress for just a moment, because we can't actually go very far in it. There's actually a specific point at which we get completely stuck. Like, all these scans, like, some of these are not lore scans, they're not red scans, but they do contain interesting information all the same. Oh, that's right. So there's two Luminoth turrets here. I could break past them with a little bit of patience, but it's not really worth it. I just wanted to show off that it could be done. And besides, we have to get past these guys again. Just to get back to where we were. The game is extremely generous with health pickups and such. Like, if you're low on health, the game will drop 50s and hundreds really easily. So anyway, it's been fun messing around with the glitch, but the primary benefit is if you break past the cutscene trigger here, the box that contains missiles will respawn again. Oh, it's okay, Ripple. How's it going? And do what you need to do, buddy. Also, hi, Gopher. How's it going for you? Oh. Working on your thesis, huh? Wow. Good luck with that, buddy. So here's a cool sci-fi game. Before the days of these newfangled VR systems. Actual voice lines. So the original Metroid Prime did not have any voice lines in it. We also didn't see even a hint of the Galactic Federation. So this is our first time seeing them, and they're getting slaughtered. We cannot afford time to bury the dead. We simply have to move on. Also, I love how data terminals are activated by plugging our gun into it. Like, that's just great. Like, why would that activate it? But anyway, so the crate that I originally got missiles from has respawned. And we can get missiles from it again. This allows us to actually get 101% on our file. If we wanted to. But I don't know if I'm going to be 100%ing the game. Either way, Dark Splinters. So, first we encountered zombie troopers, and now even the little bugs that we've been fighting are apparently possessed. And they take a lot more hits to bring down all of a sudden. And hey, look, a door magically appeared where there wasn't one before. Here's another door that wasn't here before that magically appeared. And here's a map station that I'm pretty sure we already got. Let's get it again. Just for fun. Oh, and then I'll just forget how to jump. Actually, hold up. Let's get some missiles from these crates. It's just like mowing grass or breaking pots. If there are crates, we have to break them. So, kinetic orb cannon. Conveniently, the same size as our morph ball. Fires us off in a pre-programmed direction. It allows us to progress.
Recording to logbook.
So, unlike the previous game, war wasps do not charge directly into your face. But, more importantly, apparently, there is a variety of war wasp that seems to exist on, like, every planet. Because war wasps are a reused enemy from the previous game. They just decided to make them look and act differently. They're basically all barbed war wasps now. They all have ranged attacks. Anyway, this is the part of the game where they teach you that you can actually look up to see things. You have to scan this in order to progress. Personally, I kind of like the way this game controls with the GameCube controller. Like, I actually think it's pretty well done.
To logbook.
Anyway, I'm not gonna bother fighting every single war wasp. There's no need. Huh. There we go. Simply forgot a step. Gotta weaken that first. So anything that touches you when you're being shot by a kinetic orb cannon dies immediately. Which is really fun if you can lure these war wasps, like, to be in your path. You can just instantly kill them. It's kind of fun to do. Anyway, we've finally found a path up to that giant temple that we discovered earlier.
Data received.
Oh, the bats flew too quickly. In some games, the save station is a research log, and in other games, it's not. So, I'm just scanning lots of stuff. You don't have to scan anything, hardly, except for the control terminals in this game if you, in order to progress. When you scan things, blue means you haven't scanned it before, but it's not mission critical. Green means you've already scanned it before, and red means that it is a mission critical scan, or it's a logbook entry of some kind. I really do need to figure out a way to turn up the brightness, though. I need to figure out a way to turn up the brightness on my, basically any game that comes out of my Wii seems a little bit dark. Like, this isn't nearly as bad as, like, Majora's Mask or anything, but it's still darker than I feel it should be. Anyway, walk forward in this room into the center and welcome to the battle arena. So if you haven't learned how to fight yet, you're gonna get a crash course right now. So, let's see. Let's see how badly this goes for me. Again, it has been a very long time since I have played this game proper. Honestly, one of the most satisfying things about the Metroid Prime series is just your gun fires literally as fast as you can mash the button. So, I know what the game wants. The game wants me to, yeah, the game wants me to, use missiles, and I probably should have right there to kill those guys faster. This guy actually tries to aim ahead a little bit. Kind of impressive for a bug, I guess. But then he gets possessed and becomes considerably more annoying. He can now shoot things at us. The answer to this boss is literally just to walk around it. Remember to just keep strafing. And see, he can't really touch us. Like, I'm not even dodging. Like, I'm not using the jump dodge to get around him. Like, I can easily dash and do like a side dash movement here, and that makes us even more untouchable. But it's honestly unnecessary for this first boss. All you have to do is not stand still and keep shooting, and you win pretty easily. Ooh, shiny. Scan it. Unknown technology. And as you can clearly see, It's a pretty lazy model, too. It's just a sphere that they made glowy. But it's clearly some kind of technology. Not magic or anything like that. It's obviously technology. No negative impact to suit performance. But what is it? Well, we're about to find out. Because this is, like I said, a pretty linear game at first, because it's a GameCube era game. They don't really give you much choice except to march straight forward on the path.
Relax and volatility.
Do not be afraid. I am Umas, Sentinel of the Luminoth. Please listen and hear our world's peril. Long ago, a cosmic object fell to our planet Aether, exploding with great force. A rift was torn in time and space, and a strange power flowed over the world. If you were paying attention to Metroid Prime's story, you'd know this is a familiar story. A cosmic object hit the planet. Where once there was one Aether, there were now two. Now this part of the story is a little different. One of light and one of shadow, each existing in its own dimension. It was the end of peace on Aether, for a new race was born that day, on the dark world, one filled with hate and terrible power. They are the Ing. Hey, look! It's the creatures that stole our stuff. The Ing are creatures of shadow and darkness, knowing nothing of peace or mercy. For decades we stood against them, yet we now lie on the verge of defeat. When Dark Aether was born, our planetary energy was divided, half for our world and half for theirs. Should one world gain control of this energy, the other will perish. Before you arrived, the Ing had stolen a device from us, one that collects planetary energy. With it, they have weakened our planet to the verge of collapse. But fortune smiled upon us this day, for the energy transfer module is now bonded to you. With it, you can help us restore our world. You're our only hope, Samus. You never told us your name, but we know it. Should we fall, the Ing will look to conquer the stars for new planets. The Ing will look to the stars for new planets to ravage and conquer. Whoops, my brain skipped down a space to the word conquer. But it sounds just as cool that way. Your species could be their next victims. The Ing have taken our energy to 3 temples on Dark Aether. Find these temples and transfer the energy from them to our own. I have updated your map system with the location of another temple. There is knowledge there that can help you on your way. I have also updated your transfer module. Well, or your translator module. Well, you can now access devices and doors coded with violet holograms. Many lands are now open to you. Many? More like one. Prepare well for your journey. The Ing now know you possess the energy transfer module. They will try to recover it at all costs. Return to me once you have restored the energy to a temple. I will aid you as I can. May the light of Aether shine upon you.
Recording to logbook.
So, barely an hour into our time on this planet, and already we are being asked to save it.
Recording to logbook.
Because of course. Well, I mean, I guess our ship is damaged and we can't really leave, so I guess we have nothing better to do. Might as well save the moth people. Speaking of which, I completely forgot to scan our ship. It is actually a log entry. And it's actually kind of important. It is a missable scan. If you don't get your ship in time, it's actually missable. So, that is something I will actually need to go and do. Let's go back to our ship and scan it. But I believe well, let's get out of this area first. In order to get back to our ship, we definitely, actually, yeah, I think we can go back to it right now, if we wanted to.
Recording to logbook.
There we go. Sorry for like double scanning things. It's an old habit to try and make sure I have everything. So, again, the game is very generous with the power-ups. So this is a double missile container because I have no missiles. And now I have full missiles again. Game is ultra generous with power-ups, and as far as I know, I don't think there is a hard mode or anything. Or at least not in the GameCube version, there isn't. Or if there is, I don't think I ever bothered to play it, because I really saw no benefit in doing so. In any case, this will lead us to a familiar area. Hey, we're back here again. Lots of little bugs again. Now, they'll eventually get possessed. However, if you kill them all before they can get possessed, then the little parasite purple flying bug things can't actually possess the little bugs, and then they just die. Anyway, here's our first E-Tank. Finally, more than 99 health. Gives us a small amount of padding in case anything goes wrong. Now, remind me, can I get back to my ship from here? Yes I can. So I'm actually gonna head back to scan my ship real quick because I forgot about that. And it's a missable scan. I don't know for sure if I'm going to, like, get all the scans or not, or 100% this game. I don't know. I'm just having fun, kind of playing it my own way. Like I said, I've 100%ed this game multiple times, sequence braked it and everything, so this is just a casual run through. Just for fun, to kind of show it off, because a viewer said they wanted to see it, or might be interested in seeing it. Anyway, here we go. So this is actually a missable scan, because if you beat a boss, if you beat one of the major bosses without scanning your ship, it will repair itself a little bit more, and that will cause it to change scans. So, gotta make sure you scan it early on, and I missed it earlier, so just going back to grab that. Now, we can go down through here again. Now, why would we go back into the old Galactic Federation base? Well, there's an optional boss in here. At least at some point there is, but apparently not right now. Oh, I think it, okay, apparently it's later. There is an optional boss in this room at what is apparently a later date. I'm trying to remember when that happens, but obviously I want to fight him and get his scan data. In either case, it's not, yeah, in any case, it's not really hard to get out of here or anything. So why not? Moving through this game is not hard. You can get around pretty easy. Wasn't a huge time loss. Ah, if only we had bombs. Eh, wow, and camera. Yikes. Old GBA era cameras. We don't need to save. We haven't really made that much progress. It's funny, I thought the optional boss would be down here. But I guess just not yet. Anyway, going back this way. Here's our path to the Aegon Wastes, where we will begin to recollect our basic power-ups and also find new lore data. I'm probably gonna skip reading the lore and such because, you know, I don't want to spoil everything. Because you know, if you've played the Metroid Prime, if you've played Metroid Prime 1, you know the story, most of the story is told through the logbook scans. Ah, so everything past here is new to you, Ripple? Good to hear. So how's it going for you? You having a good day? Ah. Did you take like a Tums or something for it?
Recording to logbook.
Oh, don't got any of those? Oh. I find it usually calms my upset stomach whenever I have one.
Recording to logbook.
Anyway, before you got here, had lots of fun. Got our ship disabled by a lightning storm because Samus's ship works like that. Got all of our items stolen by, like, really quickly stolen by some interdimensional
Recording to logbook.
five-legged creatures after chasing down what looked like a copy of us through a dark portal. This was the game where Dark Samus was introduced. And oh yeah, we fought zombie troopers. And then got tasked with saving the entire planet after only being here for like an hour. Because, you know, Samus is a silent protagonist. She can't really argue back when she's asked to do things.
Recording to logbook.
Also, I did a small sequence break. If you end up deciding you want to watch the VOD, I did a very tiny sequence break that allowed me to get an extra missile power-up and to visit a late-game area really early for a very brief period of time. Couldn't make much progress there because I didn't have any of the necessary equipment. But I just thought it would be fun to show off a really simple, easy glitch you can do on the GameCube version. There are tons of sequence breaks in this game if you have the GameCube version. If you get any other version, they patched the game really carefully. Oh, yes. Yes, I have. I have two GameCube memory cards, and I purchased the second one deliberately so that I could play games like GameCube games like this and stuff without overriding my perfect save files that I worked for many hours to get. To get set up. This guy can actually toss you through the wall if you line it up really carefully. If you roll up in Morph Ball mode, he can toss you through the wall. And there's a glitch that lets you basically get the next beam upgrade, which I won't spoil, without actually fighting a Dark Samus fight. Basically, you skip a required boss fight. Ah, come on. Scanning is a little finicky sometimes. There we go. If they're moving too fast. Okay, you know what? He's not that big of a problem. I'm just going to ignore it. So, I've decided I'm not really going to sequence break because I am significantly out of practice for one thing. And for another thing, I don't want to, spoil it too much I don't want to mess around too much for you. Want you to kind of see the legit experience. I'm also not going to read the logbooks so that you can have something interesting to actually do if you decide to play the game for yourself. These guys can actually knock you off the bridge if you hit one. So I would prefer if they were just not here. Going out of bounds in this game is challenging, actually. Like, maneuvering out of bounds is really tough. But it can be really rewarding and fun. If you're experienced. Anyway. Ominous music is playing. Guess what that means? Space pirates! Of course, because it wouldn't be a Metroid game without space pirates. Oh yes. They are incredibly dumb. They're not any smarter in Metroid Prime 2, honestly. They look a little different, but they're not any they're not really any better. All you have to do in order to beat them is really just not stand still. Like really, just don't stand still and things will be great for you.
Recording to logbook.
Actually, do I want to be going through here first? Actually, I think I want to go up first. At least I think this is the direction I want to go first. Maybe? Yeah, actually, I'm pretty sure it is the direction I want to go first. Yeah. Trying to get the scan data. Should have scanned him from further away. That's fine. Okay. So here's our first real boss fight. Make sure you get the scan before it gets possessed. The Alpha Sand Digger and the Dark Alpha Sand Digger are two different scans. That is kind of a thing with this game. Now it's the Bomb Guardian. So this fight is, it's actually like you almost need to know how to do the sidestep dodging. You almost need to know how to do it, because if you don't know how, If you don't know how to do that, you'll find it very difficult to actually hit this guy at all. There we go. Like here in the early phases, it's not that bad. He doesn't deal a lot of damage or anything. But he starts getting a little tricky after he gets to low health, like on his last hit here. Like, without the sidestep dodging, it's really tough to hit him at all. I trust you know what I'm talking about, Ripple, like where you have to tap B when you're locked onto something to sidestep. Like where you do a quick dash to the side. That's a trick from the first game, so... I assume you would know about it. And we got our morph ball bombs back. So, unlike the first game, we don't have to get back basic things like the morph ball, or the Varia suit, or the charge beam. Those things we actually managed to keep and not have stolen from us. So that's a good thing. The good old bomb jump and double bomb jump are still in this game, though I think the timing has been adjusted a bit, so you can't do the infinite bomb jumping or whatever shenanigans the speedrunners used to do. Actually, that's a good question. Since you've 100%ed the game twice, have you done any of the sequence breaks at all for Metroid Prime 1, Ripple? Welcome. I am Isha, sentinel of the Aegon Temple. This message survives my death, as guidance to one who would fight the Ing. A portal to Dark Aether lies nearby. With it, you can travel to this land's shadow. You must locate a dark temple, a twisted mockery of this sacred place. Inside you will find the energy controller you seek. The temple door is held fast by 3 locks. The keys for the locks are hidden throughout that dark land. Your search will be difficult. Even the very air of Dark Aether is dangerous and can cripple the strongest of warriors. In our past struggles with the Ing, we placed a series of light crystals throughout their world. They remain today. How would a recording know that? These crystals create safe areas that will protect you from the harmful atmosphere of the dark world. I have updated your translator module. How would a recording know that we would need that? You can access devices and doors coded with amber holograms. More lands are open to explore. You have taken the energy from the Dark Temple. Return here at once. May the light of Aether serve you well. So, there's always a lore in the room here for us to scan. Here it is.
Recording to logbook.
Make sure you get all the lore scans if you want to get the full details of the story, of course. Again, I won't be reading those because I don't want to spoil it and take away any point in playing the game for yourself. Because this game deserves to be played. I'm gonna be real with you. Metroid Prime 2 Echoes is an excellent game. Easily as good, and in some ways even better than its predecessor. We're going to ignore the war wasps. We don't have to literally fight every enemy that we see. Ah, here we go. I can get these shriek bats now.
Recording to logbook.
There we go. Take them out with ease. More missiles, good. Oh, hi, Aurora. How have you been? Having a good day? Space it. Suppose you're some kind of alien space lizard thing, and you land on a planet full of this weird alien goo. Is your first reaction to inject it into random wildlife? And why is yes the only correct answer to that question? Ha! Well, if you're a space pirate, that makes perfect sense. Yeah. That is kind of the plot of Metroid Prime 1. Somewhat. Finished tutoring and now enjoying ramen, huh? That is an excellent choice for something to eat. Ramen is a mysteriously delicious food. Because you can do so much with it. It just always tastes good. Let's see, where am I going? See, I now have bombs. I am going that way. Yes. This way. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. And don't forget to very carefully not trigger that and grab this missile expansion. Again, I don't know if I'm going to 100% this game. This is more of just a casual run through. I know I'm not going to be doing any major sequence breaks or anything. Because it's been a long time. And I don't want to mess around too much. Ooh, got some damage on that guy right away. So this is where they introduce the in possession of the space pirates now even. So even the space pirates get possessed. And they become significantly tougher. Like, they actually deal a lot of damage right now. But turn up the brightness. Unfortunately, not quite sure how to do that. That is something I definitely need to look into. I thought it was just Majora's Mask, but now I'm starting to think it's actually just any game that comes off my Wii, so I do need to figure out how to turn up the brightness. Here, give me a sec. I'll actually try. Also, how's it going, Nate? You having a good day? Let's see. How do I even do that? Is that even a choice here? Brightness TV? Maybe? Whoa! That's not correct. Oh boy. That was the wrong button for sure. Okay, there we go. Yeah. How do I... No. See, I honestly don't even... I'm honestly looking over my remote trying to figure out if there's any way I can actually adjust my TV's brightness or adjust the stream's brightness. I don't think anything in OBS will help me adjust the brightness, will it? But I'm kind of scared to mess around with OBS in the middle of a stream anyway. Like, is there any obvious way to adjust the brightness in OBS? I don't think so. Video capture device. Properties. Ranges, no. See, I don't. Whoa. Yeah. Okay, yeah, see, I don't know of any obvious way to fix the brightness. I'm sorry, Nate. Like, believe me, I wish I did, and I'll look into it now that I can clearly see it's everything coming off of the Wii, but I don't know of any quick fix for this, so I don't want to spend all stream trying to figure out how to adjust the brightness. I'll try to have that fixed for the next stream, though. Wiimote plus grapple hooks equals bad. Yeah, that sounds about right. I much prefer the GameCube controller for this. And now we have our first real puzzle. And we get this cool music that plays. Like, it's such a simple tune. Really? I find the Wiimote's usually pretty good when you're aiming. Honestly, that's what the Wiimote does best, is aim.
Recording to logbook.
Now when it comes to, well, I mean, okay. Precision aiming, yeah, I mean, I guess I could see that. Yeah, I was about to say, swinging the Wiimote around kind of sucked for, like, Skyward Sword and Twilight Princess especially. Like, I know from personal experience, the waggle was not terribly good for that sword swing either. Oh, didn't see him there for a second. Yeah, that's why I didn't really... I never really read any gaming magazines. I always went to GameSpot and checked out their ratings. And then I discovered that GameSpot wasn't the only place that actually rated games. There's like Metacritic and IGN and all that. Nowadays, I tend to just kind of judge the game for myself, because I find myself disagreeing with a lot of their ratings. But yeah, I hear you. They give you a bad score if you have motion controls, and a bad score if you don't have them. It's very rare to see them actually just give a good score for the controls. Anyway, here's our first portal to the Dark World. Yeah. Yeah, like, did you see the way Samus just kind of stepped back when it kind of flared up like that? Man, I wouldn't walk into that. I'd be like, oh wow, maybe I should rethink my life at this point. Yep. This is a theme that Nintendo really loves to use. Dark Worlds. Time to get your Link Between Worlds cap on. Exactly. Like, this is not at all a new concept. Like, there was Twilight Princess did this, and it was on the GameCube. Like, it had the Twilight Zones. The difference is Metroid's is a little more serious. You actually take damage just for being in it.
Recording to logbook.
Unless you're in one of these light zones, which actually heals you just for being in it.
Recording to logbook.
There's also these activatable light zones. They will deactivate after a while if you don't refresh them. But yeah, this has been done a million times, this whole concept. So there is a way to sequence break this jump here. And basically skip going around a large portion of the Dark World here. But it's kind of challenging to get it. I'm not going to spend very much time attempting to get it. But, oh, whoops, too soon. Basically, if you double jump, if you do a double bomb jump, and then unroll at the perfect time, with the perfect angle here, like I think it has to be right up against the wall. If you do it just so, you can actually skip going around and get some pretty early shots off on the next boss we have to fight. Ah, yeah, okay. It's a fun glitch. It doesn't break the game super hard, but I'm not going to spend too long trying to get it. It's not important. Transdimensional activity detected. So, certain devices are split between Aether and Dark Aether. And you have to activate the device in one dimension in order to get it to work in the other dimension. So here's some smaller ing we can get rid of. They're actually really kind of annoying. Because they can wall crawl like this, they can get all over the walls. They're not too dangerous. They really just amount to like a hand coming out of some ooze or something. And then they throw some slime at you. Not terribly dangerous. So, I said it before, I'll say it again. The game's pretty generous with like health pickups and having plenty of safe zones for you to be in. Like, if you get really low on health or ammunition, basically the pickups get bigger and more frequent. So you can basically just destroy anything and get like large pickups of health and missiles. So this is a very easy game, actually. Like, it's not at all difficult. Like, literally, it's only bad if you charge forward without caring too much. And just try to run past everything. Anyway, here's our first Ing warrior. So, they will try to push you out of the safe zones. Whoa. Oh, whoa. Oh, he's above me. There, yeah. The GameCube controller is not the best for aiming around, but they have the lock-on feature in this game is like, see, I'm locked onto him right now. And it just kind of lets me like hold the lock on him for as long as I want to until he dodges. Where'd he go? Oh, there he is. Jeez. This fight is literally here just to teach you how incredibly tough these Ing warriors are. Like, they take a lot of hits to kill. Ooh. Killed him in liquid form.
Recording to logbook.
And this, of course, is to make you appreciate how easily they go down later. So, yeah, if you're playing like the Wii, what is it, the Wii version with the remote, aiming is going to be a lot easier, but I don't know if they preserved the lock-on feature that just allows you to just hold down one button and lock onto whatever you're targeting. Which might make things interesting. They did preserve it? Okay. Yeah, it's just like Metroid Prime 3 then. That's good. And here we have it. They wrote it Z for targeting? Yeah. Here we have our second boss. Our second real boss, I guess. The Jump Guardian. Remember how in Metroid Prime 1, like, they wouldn't let you get back your double jump for, like, half the game? And yes, I do. I have a lot of muscle memory here for this game still, even after, like, I think it's been, like, 5 years since I played the game. I've played it probably 10 times. At least, maybe more. So, in this game, you get a jump from this guy pretty early on, so you don't have to worry about not having double jump for so long. Like, that was one of the biggest and most annoying things about Prime 1. It starts out so incredibly slow because you can't double jump. Like, you feel so immobile in that game for a long time. And Flagra was just terrible. But... Ow. But in this game, you get your mobility... You get your mobility pretty early on. It's honestly one of the things I like about this game more than Prime 1. It's just, you feel more mobile more quickly. So, the Jump Guardian is not really hard so much as annoying because you can't hit him while he's jumping around like this, and he gets faster and faster. And he jumps way more often. He has these waves that try to force you out of the bubble here. Which is why most of the time the speedrunners will do that glitch I was trying to do, because it lets you actually shoot him while he's still invisible, while he's not actually there, because you actually start out higher up on that ledge over there, and you can kind of shoot him while he's invisible over there and clock damage on him before starting the fight. Anyway, space jump. I have been streaming for a whole 2 hours, and I've already got space jump. And the first, I think actually the first 15 minutes of the stream was me just trying to make sure everything was configured correctly, because Twitch was being twitchy. Thankfully, there hasn't been too much lag or anything since. That was probably the most dangerous room that we've had with the Dark Aether atmosphere, like, since we got here. Because they don't actually have a light station in that room. And we just got through it no problem. So I'm pretty sure... Yeah, oh, well, no, that's not true. We could have gone that way, but there's no point in going that way yet. Alright. So now that we have double jump, we can actually get back to the light world. What thing? Oh, you mean Flagra? Like the plant boss from 1?
Recording to logbook.
Yeah, Flagra's not fun. Like, he really isn't fun. That's just all there is to it. Oh look, the space pirates are back. For some reason, they think they have a chance against Samus. I'm not even fighting them that seriously. And they still lost. Oh yeah. And some crates got blown open. Hey, look at that, a 50 and a 20 health drop. Almost back to full health already. Did I already scan this? Oh yeah, I guess I did. I don't even remember if I died playing Prime 1. I think I might have died once, but I don't think, and I don't even remember what it was from. Oh wait, no, I know what it was. I know what killed me in Prime 1. The Omega Pirate. The first time, I think it was the first time I fought the Omega Pirate. Yeah, I died to that. That's what it was. The Omega Pirate is mean. I wasn't quite ready for that when it happened. I'm sorry, Aurora. Not trying to make you feel bad or anything. Anyway, so this game, on top of having double jump really soon, you also get screw attack later. Like, that's something Prime 1 just didn't have. And it's kind of a shame. Because the screw attack, you know, that's a classic item. You know, you would think that that would be something... You'd think that'd be something that you'd, You'd think that'd be something they would include, right? But don't worry about it, Aurora. Everybody has different skill levels and different approaches to things. There's absolutely no shame in being a casual gamer. Or, you know, like, look, I'm not even... There are plenty of gamers that are better than me at playing video games. Like, I've seen a lot of crazy stuff. A lot of people who are just intuitively better at games than even me. So, like, don't worry about it. Everyone has different skill levels. Different just natural abilities at doing things. Like, some people are gifted athletes and others are better at math and stuff like that. Like, everybody has different talents. The second time Ridley gave you some trouble? Yeah. Ridley's also pretty nasty. Yeah, like, the Ridley fight in Metroid Prime 1 kind of... It's fun right up until the end where he starts, like, just constantly dashing and you can't damage him except for, like, a second. Let's see. So now that I have all this, where am I going next? It's been so long since I've played the game legit. I have to actually remember where in the heck I'm going. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, so It's time to breach the space pirate defenses here in the Aegon Wastes. After I remember how to get up. Oh yeah, here we go. Careful jumping. The Souls games use that trick. Teach you to rely on a mechanic and then it's not good enough. And second energy tank. That is the main reason you come back here. Because more health. Somewhere around the third or fourth energy tank, Metroid Prime 2 just becomes a cakewalk. Like, if there's going to be any difficulty in this game at all, it's going to be in the first few areas. Like, once you get past a certain point, you shouldn't be dying in this game anymore. Like, it's even, like, Metroid Prime 1 was at least semi-hard, but, like, this is easy. Your first time, and when I say that, I mean your first time through. Like, Metroid Prime 1, your first time through is a little bit hard. Metroid Prime 2 is not hard at all, because of the way the health pickups drop. Like, they increase based on your missing health.
Recording to logbook.
Yeah, that's true. You know what? That's actually... I'll say it now. Metroid Prime 1 had much better scaling of difficulty. Like, the more gear you got in Metroid Prime 1, the tougher the game started to become. This game is a little different. Hey. Presence of Phazon energy. It's our first detection of Phazon on this planet. And here we have the first space pirate fortress to break into. Oh, it didn't quite get the scan. Oh well. Ooh, he dodged my shot. I'll tell you one thing that's similar, though, between Prime 1 and 2. They're pretty generous with the missiles. Like, you can just fire missiles all day long. And you'll get you'll get more missiles for killing enemies, so you'll never run out of missiles. Now here's a missile scan. These turrets right here. They deal lots of damage if they hit you, but they're pretty easy to sidestep. Like, literally, all you have to do is not stand still and you won't get hit. Easy. This game is definitely easier than Prime 1. Like, it really is. Because the scaling in this game, well, they're just kind of isn't as much. Like, they do scale the difficulty a little bit, but, like, it's nothing to the extent of Prime 1. So, like, Aurora, if you had any problems with Prime 1 and the difficulty, I assure you, you will have far less problems with this game. Oh, the pirates look like they're trying to go into the dark world. There's no way that idea could backfire. Right? Of course not, said no writer ever. Yeah. Exactly. You know, at least the space pirates in this game actually look a lot more like actual, what were they called, Zebesians? They actually look a lot more like their original form from Super Metroid. Lots of pirate lore in here. That was one thing I never quite got about Prime 1's space pirates. They didn't quite look like the original material. But now they look very different and much more like it. So again, red objects indicate either lore or a mission critical scan. Blue objects are just things you can scan for additional data, and green objects are anything you've already scanned. Which I honestly like the way this I like this highlighting system a lot better than Prime 1, where they just had like little boxes for you to scan. Like, the highlighting kind of makes it, I don't know, it makes it easier to identify what you've scanned and what you haven't already. Whoa, 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 there you go, okay. Very close to the Zebesians in the Metroid game that should never have existed. Oh, you're talking about, yeah. The game that shall not be named. Other M. This guy actually breaks the glass to come after you. But he dies all the same. And then, oh. Hi there. So Ripple, since you've 100%ed Metroid Prime 1 twice, surely you remember the true ending, yeah? You know the origin story of Dark Samus already, right? Ah, dark hallway. Getting turned around already. Here we go. No, wait, this is back the other way. What am I doing? Jeez. Couldn't see for a second there. Further evidence that I need to fix the brightness in this game. Well, I mean, more like her equipment was taken over by a parasite. But, yeah, I mean... whichever. Whoa. And pirate turrets. Yeah, but I don't really like fusion, though. I prefer not to think about fusion. Like, it may have been a good game, but the story sucked. Oh yeah, did I mention that just like Prime 1, the game tries to be helpful? Like, it tells you exactly where to go in case you couldn't figure it out. The reason it's doing this, it's telling me to go to Sanctuary, is because earlier I did a small, tiny little sequence break. It didn't allow me to get very far, it was just neat. So it thinks I need to go to Sanctuary Temple. But, that's way, way later in the game. I did the, if you watch the VOD, you'll see me doing the missile, the early missile glitch that skips a cutscene. Ah, there we go. Got the skiff. Oh. Hey, look at that. Those should look familiar. The Space Pirates, honestly, the Space Pirates just never learn their lesson. They really just never learn their lesson. That's what makes them Space Pirates. The phasing Metroids from 3 are really, really nasty. I love them. I love them. But the Metroids in this game are like Metroid Prime Metroid Prime had a lot of Metroids in it after a certain point, and lots of different types of Metroids. Oh, that's okay, Ripple. Don't worry about it. Like, Metroid Prime 1 had lots of Metroids in it after a certain point, and lots of different types of Metroids. But 2, surprisingly, doesn't have quite as many. I know what you mean, Ripple. I typically shave like once a week myself. Just because it's time consuming. I just get lazy. I have no particular reason to shave more often. Oh, one thing you never have to worry about. Yeah, okay. Fair enough. Hey, look, these guys are back. Remember these guys? The kamikaze space pirates? That sounds like it could be nice. Anyway, so I am only going to continue on to the next save here, which should be coming up shortly, I think. Because I need to go to work shortly, so hopefully this will, let's see, where is the save station? Yeah, it's right up here. Okay, that's fine. So, there's an energy tank up here. I am absolutely going to want that. So, this is literally just make a staircase. Yeah, they're all up. Okay. Oh, so while you were gone, shaving, like, you've 100%ed Metroid Prime 1 twice, right? That's what you said? So, like, you already know the origin story of Dark Samus, yeah? Oops. One too many. Oh yeah, that's right. This one stays where it is. It's this one that needs to... Ah. Nope. Go down. I was just mentioning it because we saw Dark Samus earlier. You made a staircase! Game gets real excited about making a staircase. Has to show you a forced cutscene and everything. Crap. Alright. I like how the little moths get attracted to the morph ball if you stick around. It's just a neat little thing. It's a little hard to hold still in morph ball mode. Like, I don't know if it's any easier with a Wiimote, but at least with a GameCube controller, like, coming to a complete stop once you're rolling is kind of difficult. Ow. Oh, that actually pushed me in the right direction. Amazing. I think that's true in Prime 1 too. Like, morph ball control is a little bit difficult sometimes.
Recording to logbook.
Anyway, here's the save station. We're definitely going to use this because, if I'm not mistaken, we are right around the corner from a very important boss fight. Oh, in fact, I almost want to just do it right now. Oh, if you flick up with the Wiimote, you jump? Oh, so they have Spring Ball. Okay. I'm not sure if that would make it easier to control or harder to control. How many times did you accidentally trigger that? Actually, maybe I'll go until I... Yeah, you know what? I want to end the night on this. I started a little late, so I'm going to go just a little late. This is a very important boss fight. Not that many times? Okay. Well, that's good. So, in Prime 1, you had, like, the Ridley fight. But in this game, we don't fight Ridley. Instead, we get something almost better than that. So, this is Dark Samus. The Dark Samus fights are fun. All the Dark Samus fights are amazing. Like, they're just fun to play, period. Because, like, normally Samus fights giant big monsters and things. Oh, ow, whoa. Whoa, ah, in my face. But, so it's very different fighting a fast-moving opponent like Dark Samus. This is not typical Metroid fare. And the music is pretty awesome. Ooh, okay. Ooh, got you with a missile. If you time it right, you can catch her with a missile, but normally she blocks them. She has that neat shotgun, too. A little hard to tell where she is sometimes. Ow. Not just due to the brightness factor, but just because Dark Samus dashes around a lot. This will actually make it her easier to see, ironically. Ow. Oh, she actually got that one. So this is the part of the fight that is a little bit annoying because she just becomes invincible, which is a little bit cheap, but it's not too bad because she's easy enough to dodge. Well, I say that and then immediately get hit, so, like, I don't know. But you also have enough health to tank her anyway. But she has some pretty crazy moves, like, that move right there is kind of reminiscent of Shine Sparking. And, yeah, she doesn't abuse the iframes too much, I guess. As long as you do a side dash, you won't get hit by that attack. There we go. And Dark Samus is defeated. Right? Yeah, no, obviously not. But you're meant to think that. Anyway, let's see. Yeah. So first, let's collect our reward. Our first new beam upgrade. Yeah, the war has just begun. Our first new beam, the Dark Beam. So, remember the Ice Beam from Metroid Prime 1? Well, that's the Dark Beam. The shots are a little faster, so you can actually hit things. However, here's the part of Prime 2 that everyone kind of disliked. Ammunition. You have an ammo limit to your Dark Beam. You can still charge it up to fire a normal shot, so you can get through doors that require the beam to open it. But it's still, like, you won't be able to spam it if you run out of ammo. And so that's kind of the thing with Prime 2 that people were kind of hesitant on. And admittedly, ammunition management is a thing in this game a little bit. But remember what I said earlier about the game being very generous with its drops. It is actually very generous with the drops. Like, if you're out of ammunition of one type, just kill something with the opposite type and it will give you that ammunition. So it's not quite as bad as it seems. It's just like the missiles, you know, you can spam missiles all day and you'll probably get more missiles for killing things with missiles. It's not as bad as it seems. But anyway, that's gonna do it for today. I have to go. I will see you both tomorrow. I know Gopher, you're watching as well, so like hopefully I'll see you all tomorrow for more Metroid Prime 2. I expect this playthrough will take perhaps, I don't know, 3 or 4 more streams, something like that to finish. Prime 2 is not a terribly long game if you know what you're doing. It's only long if you're trying to 100% it, or if you don't know what you're doing. Thank you, Ripple. I'm glad you're enjoying it. hopefully we will have more fun discussions tomorrow. But for now, thank you all for coming. I enjoyed chatting with all of you. Ugh. Good night for now. Hey guys, thanks for watching. This is where most people tell you to like, comment, and subscribe. And while I would appreciate you doing all that, if you enjoyed my content, come check me out on Twitch at twitch.tv/TrinfiniteX so you can watch and chat with me while I make these. I'm a family-friendly streamer, so everybody's welcome. Throw me a follow on Twitch and Twitter so you can get notifications when I go live. Links will be down in the description. Have a wonderful day, and I look forward to meeting you.